Welcome back. We have some more War of the Worlds gameplay to show you from FlipSwitch Games War of the Worlds game. I said game quite a lot there. So yeah, we've got 17 minutes and 37 seconds of footage of new gameplay and development updates to look through. I am a little bit late. This is already a day old, this video, and it has 90,000 views. Apologies, but I'm getting to it now. So I'm going to watch it, react to it, give you my thoughts, and try and analyse the gameplay. Let's jump in. Okay, now just want to say I have no idea what's going to be in this. I have not been keeping track because I've had like migraines, I've had COVID, I've had all sorts of issues, so I haven't been able to keep track of development whatsoever. So everything I see here is probably going to be completely new to me. So let's jump in. I can't see anything. Let me turn my light off. What are we looking at? Oh, is this the ferry? It looks like it. There was some gameplay of this a long time ago, and it looked very basic. Oh, we got a tripod coming as well. That pod's lost interest. Now, I believe this is going to be a scripted sequence. This isn't going to be super dynamic. Oh, very cool. I tell you what, the lighting looks so good in this game. This was in the film, as we all know. I'm liking it. Nice. Very cinematic, this scene. Oh, and the cars are falling as well. Nice. I actually kind of prefer it being that close to land, and it's just like, it just knocked it over. I mean, at least it means you can escape quite easily. The fire effects, as always, look really good from a distance. Open pod sounds very cool. I like that they changed the horns and stuff. They could be a bit different. Oh. Interesting. I like that he's not gone with the harvesters. You know, he's using the Uber pod, and obviously in the film, as we know, the harvesters come along and start scooping people up in the ferry scene. But in this one, he's just gone with the Uber pod. I like that it's kind of, it's more of, this scene's more of a nod to the film rather than actually trying to copy it. Ooh. Oh, that's amazing. I like these. Oh, these sequences are really good. I tell you what, it's such old gameplay now when you see the old plane crash scene. If you go on the channel, the game's channel, it might still be there. But there was a plane crash scene, and I like that he's going back to them and redoing them, and you can actually see the plane come in. That's really cool. Oh, that's fantastic. I love that it breaks apart as well. It looks so refined now, doesn't it? The game looks so much more refined. Are we going to get a close-up of the plane crash? See, like, how many pieces? Oh, yep, here we go. I wonder how dynamically it breaks up, or whether it always breaks up into the same place on the map, or the same positions. It would be good if it kind of falls dynamically. You know, and it breaks apart dynamically, since there will be dynamic destruction in the game. Either way, I think it's still pretty cool that there is the sequence there. Lots of cinematic things being added, which just adds to the immersion. Oh, gruesome body parts. Oh. Ooh. We haven't seen tanks in a while. Very Very nice. I know it's brutal what we're looking at, but just visually it's very impressive. There's I don't know if this got changed, but I believe there's a little bit too much ground shakiness. I like that there's a bit of a shudder, but considering he's in the basement and the whole screen kind of shifts, it's a bit too much. But I believe that was altered. Imagine if you were in this for real. How horrifying would that be? This game is so dark, you can't see a thing. Oh. What was that sound? Oh, it's the red weed spraying sound. Is that like a new thing? A new sound being added? I've not heard that before. Oh, I hear a probe. That probe snuck in, didn't it? You could just hear it in the building. All of a sudden. I kind of like that there's a lot of noise going on in that sort of environment. So you're not going to know... You're not going to hear all the audio cues. So like a probe suddenly being in the building, it could surprise you. Oh. I wonder if this has been improved. It was a bit like janky, the movement of the probe, so it'd be interesting to see if that's changed at all. Oh, it's leaving. This could mean we get aliens now. He's making a Molotov. The crafting menu's good, isn't it? I like it. I like that there's prerequisite components you're going to need to make other items. Ooh. They're big boys. Oh. Oh! Oh, we got him! Oh, that's so cool. They're dangerous. Let's see, how much health did he have there before it got him? Did it like one hit him? He had a lot of health. He had like nearly 3/4 of his health. So those things could probably one hit you. I like it. I like that they're actually properly implemented now. Oof! That actually made me jump. That was so sudden. So he's got a flare. Just deleted. The end came swiftly. It certainly did. We get the rising animation again. This always gets improved every time we see it. It'd be interesting to see how much it's changed since the last time. I feel like there's only so much you can do. Oh. Oh, we've not seen this before in gameplay. I've seen this before. Bits of it. Is it gonna actually grab someone? Oh. It would be good if you could get a bit of flailing around, you know. Oh, here we go. It's this cage's turn. Oh. Very abrupt. I like that. I like that he's not showing what it actually looks like inside the pods, though. I'm not sure what we're looking at. I'm a bit confused. I can't see what's happening. I really don't know what this scene's meant to show. It's too dark. Ooh. Showing actual damage being done to the pods with no shields. I like that it glows across the whole top of it when it gets hit. Oh, oh! That's cool. That is cool. It's a very kind of believable falling animation as well. We've got some more tank gameplay. This time we're in the tank. Oh, is it hitting the legs? That's so cool, man. I love it. I love it. Oh! This is something we've not seen before. Actual pods getting destroyed. Oh man, that looks so good. Just imagine walking through the woods and coming across that. That'd be such a great experience. I'm lost for words a little bit because like we've not seen this before. This kind of gameplay, like the whole time it's just been the pods have been the ultimate enemy. You can't kill them. There's nothing you can do about them. Yes, they die of sickness at the end of the invasion, but we've never seen them actually be killed because you only see it a couple of times throughout the film, and oh, we're done. There's been a few interesting things. It's a lot more like cinematic. This whole thing has been basically just a bunch of scenes implemented to make the game feel more epic and more cinematic, which, to be honest, if you ask me, that was certainly something that it's been lacking, is like cinematic moments. There's been a lot of there's been lots of gameplay additions in recent months, and it's obviously getting better and better, but I think this is a good time actually to implement some of these cinematic changes because it just makes the game feel much more refined. In terms of how far away it is from release, I couldn't tell you. I mean, a lot of these look like one of the first iterations of these scenes and stuff, because certain animations look a little bit janky still, like the aliens running around. Let's see if we can get that up again. Here we go. As you see them come in, they're a little bit like spazzy, a tiny bit. They look very big. I know they're meant to like fill up an entire hallway almost in sheer size. Yeah, I think the animations, they're not awful. I'm not saying they're bad. That one kind of like went into the wall a bit. You see what I mean? It's a little bit, I think audio could help a lot as well with that, to kind of hide that. Like, if you see them if there's a different audio sound that plays when they get angry, I think that would help. Like, when they spot you, they growl or snarl at you a little bit, rather than just like the, like they always do. Like, doesn't matter what they're doing, they're always making that same breathing, snarly kind of noise. Whereas if they made a different noise, like an audio trigger to hear, like an audio cue when they're aggroed on you, I think that would help. But overall, it's still good. It's still really cool because the previous version, the first iteration of the aliens being in, they were very basic. Let's see the rising animation. To be honest, maybe some eagle-eyed viewers out there might be able to see a difference, but to me, I'm not really seeing a change. This still looks kind of the same to me. It looked good in the last time we saw it. I wish we could see more of being picked up and put in the cage. He's just faded away to being in the cage here. Because it was a bit like you got picked up. Like in previous versions, you could see yourself being picked up. You could actually, you know, this wasn't him just being teleported into a cage. There was an animation that was played, but he's chosen to cut that bit out, and I'm wondering why. Maybe there's still some work that needs to be done on that. It wasn't terrible before. It was a bit spazzy. I think I'd like to see more of this. I think I'd like to see a bit more in depth with like the human harvesting side of things. Like in the basement scene, you've got the guy that gets pulled out of the cage, placed on the ground, and then drained. I think seeing that animation would be the next thing in terms of human harvesting that we've not seen. The animations of the people in the cage are very basic, but I don't think they need to be complicated. I think trying to make this more complicated is going a step too far. I don't think it needs to be. It's not some high budget AAA game. Like you see there, they just move up there like a static thing. It looks a bit silly, but I don't think you need to go too far of it. Maybe just some arms moving, like you see that they're panicking. It just looks like more refinement on what's already on the existing features. Yeah, implementing, you know, new cinematic things like the plane crash, for example. Oh, there's the plane. Oh, it's kind of already spinning. It would be good if, like, for example, I think this would be quite easy to implement if you have like a lightning strike it. Like if it just have one coming from the clouds. It doesn't need to go into the ground. He doesn't need to implement a lightning storm into the map. Or maybe he could if that was possible. But have a lightning strike it, because at the minute all you do is you just see it going into a tailspin and catch fire, and it's like, why nothing hit it? But like, I suppose you could argue EMP took out the electronics, but I don't think it would just immediately go into a tailspin and catch on fire. I think if you had a lightning strike it as if it drove through a lightning storm, I think that would be better. If that could be implemented, I think that this scene here would be perfect. Yeah, I mean, I have no complaints here in this part. It's all good. I really like it. I want to know if this is dynamic or if this is going to be on the same spot every time on the map, and if the plane's going to break up into exactly the same parts. I would love to see a close-up of it actually breaking into pieces and seeing everything getting thrown out. I don't think this is dynamic, to be honest. Everything looks hand-placed. But if you know different, let me know in the comments, because I don't know. I like that the vehicles don't just like poof into non-existence. I like that they actually catch fire and they still move. They're still mobile, even if like they've just been destroyed and they're just rolling. I still think that's good, rather than just having like them break into a shell and nothing's there. And of course, the main event is seeing the tripods actually be destroyed. We've never seen it before in the game. They've always just fallen over when they got sick and died. But actually seeing tripods with shields down, I'd love to see it. Like, obviously this is just a demo of like their death animations and the destruction physics, but it'd be good to see them still kind of like attempting to zap people, but they're just struggling. I'm sure that will be implemented. But even so, what we're seeing here, just like the falling animations, it's very satisfying. It's very different. Like, it's nothing like what we've seen, only in the film. Maybe the only other thing I could say it would be good to see in the future is like how you would deploy a grenade when you get put in the cage and survive. I'm not sure how far along that is. I know that it's been said in the past by Raf that you will be able to do it, but I would like to see it, because that would be very cool. And there we have it. That is everything for this video. I'm really happy actually overall with the outcome of this video. I think it's a nice display of what's been worked on. There's definitely, you can see a lot of effort and time has gone into this. Yeah, I think there's, you know, good improvements on previous cinematic things, like the old ferry scene. By comparison to this, it looks really janky and really naff. Same thing with the plane crash scene. There was never really, you never really got to see any of it. You kind of just, in the previous videos, like the old gameplay, he'd go into a house, you'd hear it, and it'd be sound directly pulled from the movie, whereas this isn't. So being able to see the improvement there and actually see the plane come in and crash land is very cool. Yeah, overall thumbs up from me. I think it's very good. Let me know what you think of this new gameplay in the comments. Can't wait to see what we get in the future. I'd like to know, I know we're not going to be told when the release date is for the game until the game's actually ready, because obviously towards the end of last year, like the autumn time, Raf announced that the game was coming out early 2023, and obviously now we're in the 5th month now of 2023, and the game still doesn't look like it's coming just yet. So, and I know because of that, like, Raf doesn't want to release dates of when it's coming out, so I don't think he's going to announce a date until he's sure that it is ready for early access. So I have no idea how far away we are, because I mean it still says pre-alpha footage in the video, so who knows, we could be waiting a couple of months, we could be waiting another year. That's everything for this video. If you enjoyed it, please do give me a like, as it really will help me out with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that, and if you tick the bell, you'll get notified when I post new videos. I want to thank my members for continuing to support me financially. It really means a lot to me. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video.